All right, everyone, let's jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking about the Garmin Striker Cast. So I got this product in November of 2020. It came out in October 2020, so when I bought it, there wasn't really that many reviews for it. It's got a $130 price tag, one of the more affordable castable sonars on the market. So the first thing you're going to see when you unbox it is a canvas bag with the drawstring. Take it out, you got your sonar, you got your charging cable. It also comes with a black tow rope that you can attach the extra snaps they put in to the loop on the Garmin. I never use it, never been out of the packaging, still sealed. It's not really necessary, but they give it to you if you do want to use it. I tie it straight to braid. Let's start out with the general features. First, we're going to talk about charging. It's pretty much the simplest way possible. It's going to work on any Apple block, any standard USB. Plugs right in. That's the port right there. And that's going to plug in. Now, when this is charging, you're going to see the red light is going to flash when it's charging. One of the best things about this product is the charging life. It only takes about 45 minutes to charge completely, and it stays charged for up to 10 hours. They're not really exaggerating with this. I've fished 5 days in a row and it has not died once. The only thing that you should be aware of, though, is when you're using your phone as the screen, you're going to want to bring a portable charger because your phone will die quicker than the actual sonar. The range for this Garmin is going to be from about 3 to 175 feet. The box tells you that only goes to about 150, but the actual dial on the app goes to 175. I wouldn't really recommend using it in that deep just because it's not going to be as strong of a signal. It's going to be a lot more difficult to use. But I know from my personal experience, it works great in 4 to 40 feet of water, and it picks up just fine doing that. The Garmin does hook up to your phone using Bluetooth, so it's only good if it's in the range of about 200 feet. Anything over 200 feet, it'll probably disconnect, but I can't cast 200 feet, so that's not a problem. It's a pretty simple device. All there really is to it is the light, transducer right here, and the charging port, which is right there. So the light is going to be green when it's on, and it's going to be red when it's charging. Now, that's the port, really easy, showed you how to do that. And then here's the transducer. And it's also what senses to see if there's moisture on it, and if there's water on it, it'll automatically turn on and hook up the Bluetooth to your phone. One of the main questions I get asked when people see me throwing this is, what kind of rod is that, and what kind of line are you using? So I'll start out with the line. I usually use 30-pound braid. I usually use Power Pro or spider wire, and the rod that I throw it with is a Dobbins heavy action swim bait rod. It's rated for 1 to 4 ounces, and this is a little over 2.5 ounces. So it's the perfect size, perfect weight. You can throw it far, and with that long rod, you definitely get that extra reach with it. Now I'm going to show you how to download the app. It's already on my phone, but I'm going to show you where to find it anyways. Just go to search bar and look up Garmin Striker Cast. That's the first one that comes up. It's the gray one right there. So I'm going to open it, and it says not connected. Now, when I sit it in water, and it will automatically hook up to my Bluetooth. So now we're going to talk about the in-app features that you can see when you're on the sonar screen. So on your right-hand side, you see numbers going down the screen. That's going to be your depths. Also in the top left corner, you can see the depth, and it's going to continually update as you fish. Also below that is the temperature gauge. That'll automatically tell you what the water temperature is on the surface. And on the bottom bar, you're going to see your Bluetooth strength, your signal strength, and your battery. battery is fully charged, it'll get red if it gets low. And also on the very bottom bar, you're going to see map and settings. After clicking on the map setting, it'll take you to world map, and you are going to be able to zoom up on any place that you're fishing. Say we're fishing in Texas. Zoom up on one of the lakes. And I have the white version of the Garmin Striker Cast, and there's also a blue version for about $50 more. And it allows you to map where you fish and where you cast. And doing that, it's going to automatically make a depth chart of the lakes that you fish. So I really have no use for this map other than just marking fishing spots. Next, we're going to talk about the settings screen. If you look up top to general and you hit units, you can choose what units you want for depth. You can use feet, meters, or fathoms. Temperature, you can use Fahrenheit or Celsius. Distance, you can use miles, kilometers, or nautical feet or miles. And also the position. Going out to data usage, you can hit Wi-Fi only or Wi-Fi or cellular. It works perfectly with Wi-Fi only. I don't use data on this app. On the iOS settings, you can turn on your location, your Bluetooth, your Siri search, your notifications, and cellular data. Notice I have cellular data just turned off because I don't need to use it. Now you can go to keep screen on, which is really handy when you're out on the ice or the water and you keep on watching your screen. If you choose to keep that screen on, then you don't have to keep tapping it to make it stay awake. Now the simulator mode is what I have on right now. That's just showing you a screen that was pre-recorded by the manufacturer. You can turn it off when you're using it, and it's just going to show you that nothing is picking up. So I'm going to turn that back on, and you go to the Striker Cast selection, and it's going to show you your battery level, your Bluetooth signal strength, the unit, and also the unit ID. It can take you to the About, the unit, the Support Center, the Send Feedback, Rudder View, and Reset app. I've never used those. Next, we can talk about the actual sonar settings. So we're going to go up to the 3 bars up here, and it's going to give you the range and more settings. So the range is how deep the water is that it's reading. So I have it set for 15 feet right here. You can set it from 3 to 175. And if you hit auto, give it a minute, it'll adjust for you. Now you go into more settings, and you have the frequency and the view. So the view, you can change to a few different things. You can have traditional and you can have the flasher. The flasher is for ice fishing, and it shows you about where the fish would be with the depths around the circle. You can see right over at 10 feet is the bottom, and right around 6 to 7 feet, you can see a fish. Now there's some fish on the bottom. Now going back to, so now we switch back to traditional instead of flasher. You can see that there. Now you go to more settings, and it's going to give you some extra things. It's going to give you scroll speed, A-scope, fish symbols, and restore sonar defaults. So the scroll speed you can adjust. If you want to go slow, you can go to 1. If you want it to go fast, you can go to 10. You can see it's scrolling a lot faster than it was when it was at 5. I usually keep mine around 5 to 6. Next is the A-scope. The A-scope is very helpful. If you turn that on, you can have a bar on the side. So it's kind of a mixture of the traditional view and the flasher view. You'll wait until you can see a fish. This is really kind of a combination of both flasher and traditional. There you can see a fish. That gives you a good idea of what the flasher is for. So now you can turn that off and go to fish symbols, and you can select off, fish only, fish with depth, fish with background, or fish with background and depth. So if you do fish only, if you select fish only, you can go back and you can see where the fish are, and it'll take away the sonar symbols and just put fish. A lot of times this can get really messed up with weeds and a lot of cover, so I usually have that off. If you do fish with depth, it will show you the fish with the depth of what it's at. And if you go to fish with background, it will show you the symbols and also the fish. Now the last one, you can go to fish with background and depth, and it'll be everything in one. So it'll be the symbols, the fish, and the depth. This is what the sonar looks like when it's not in enough water to read. It's only in about a foot of water right now, and you can see there are error bars on the screen. Now we will go up to the 3 lines again, and you will see gain. So I took the screen off simulation mode so you could see what it would look like when it's not in enough water and what the gain is. The gain is about the sensitivity. So if the gain is at 0%, you're not going to be able to pick up much at all. It's going to be small blue lines and nothing more. Now, if you put it up to 100%, you're going to be able to see much more of the fish down there. There's going to be thin blue lines and there's going to be dark red lines. I usually keep it around 75. You can see when you're ice fishing, you can see your bait down there at a 75, but it's not too strong that there's errors. So now all it comes down to is, do I like it? And a very simple answer to that question is yes. It is fantastic. I love it. It has caught me so many fish in the past year and a half that I've had it. It's a little scratched up on the outside due to being smacked against walls, which proves how durable it is. It's the perfect weight for casting. It's helped me so much in the past few years to get on fish in both open water and freshwater. Definitely a 5 out of 5 star product. Garmin, you can't go wrong with it. It was $130. It's a lot cheaper than the deeper sonar, but just as good quality as the deeper, if not better. All right, that's all I got. Hope you learned something from this video. If I missed something, let me know.